Oh, here are my two custom orders. It's November 30th, 2020. And this is the first one. 2-inch spine covered with a taffeta slip cover I got at the flea market. Beaded dangles. Millinery flowers. A gold embossed chipboard cameo. And the paper is Jen Bishop's Blue Fern Studio Bird Waltz. And you open it up. I can't really tell what you see here. Here is the inner cover with a loaded pocket made out of wallpaper sample. It's got all kinds of goodies in it. A little handmade sack, fussy cut, here's that beautiful paper. Creams and soft pinks and a little bit of deeper rose and golden yellow, buttercream yellow. Vintage map scrap. An adorable origami heart. And you open it up. And inside is a lovely picture of my client's daughter and her husband. And tie it back up. There we go. This is a lovely book page from a Victorian flower album. This is a wallpaper decal on avocado dyed paper with pink metallic sculpture paste. Here is my signature 4-way pocket with tags, custom made, gessoed, stamped, and decoupaged with a napkin. There are 4 pieces in this pocket, 3 tags, actually 4 tags. Let's get this in here. 2, 3, 4. Then we have a French book page script with family photo. Open it up, another family photo. A German book page script, little gold corners. Decoupaged butterflies and a little collage of family photos on the paper doily. We have a deli paper sack with a journaling card lined in ruffled lace and with a lace tab on the journal card. This page has been stenciled with distress ink. And there's a tuck spot here with a little glassine envelope, place to put little treasures, more photos. This double page spread this is fabric. Got at the thrift store. Someone had made a valance for the window, and I bought it, and I've been cutting it up. It's just beautiful. And on this page we have a flip tuck and journaling card that I've made, layered up, and put some fabric flowers on it. Some more of that gorgeous paper. The center of the first signature with the beads. This is the Bird Waltz collection. Here's a tab with a pretty little dangle made out of a paper clip. Let's see if you can see that. And the next page is another corner tuck, corner pocket with a collaged journaling card and a collage cluster corner here. Another tuck spot, another journaling card, stenciled distress ink text page. This is stenciled as well on this side, and there's a vintage button card with a couple of vintage buttons sewn on. Here's another deli sack pocket with a little bit of offcut of the gorgeous paper that we used to make this journal. Paper doily, family photo, lined in a framed in a chipboard frame. It's been embossed with a glossy black embossing ink. Here's some more text book pages. This is the German one with the family photos. Decoupaged with little bits of napkin flower. Another family photo on this side on the French script, and then in these little belly bands are 2 envelopes, each with a little journaling card inside. And more avocado dyed paper and pink metallic modeling paste. Another bit of that Victorian flower book, and a piece of vintage map scrap, and that completes the first signature. Beautiful paper, beautiful spine. Opening up the second signature, we have a 3-pocket tag, and again each one is done, it's coffee dyed and gessoed, stamped and decoupaged. Little pink satin ribbons. There are 3. Tags. Next page is a layered collage, I suppose you'd call it. Lace. Victorian images. Here's a small deli sack lined with lace, and it holds a little journaling card. It was made again to match with the gesso and the stamping and the decoupage. This is a costume designer's book. Very lovely images. Another avocado dyed pink page with family photos and the chipboard frames. This time they're embossed in gold. Here's a decoupage double spread of teacups with flowers on them. Vintage music paper. This is a tuck spot, a banner tuck spot with a vintage postcard on it, in it. Buttons, little flower. Here's the center of the signature, and this is a matching envelope that's been stamped and decoupaged and embellished with lace and trim, and it too has a matching journaling card with lots of room for more bits and pieces. Family photos, trimmed in embossed chipboard on vintage music paper with lace. More family photos. This is some of the gorgeous designer paper that was used to make the book on avocado dyed paper with textured metallic texture paste. Here's another collage with family photos. And the other side of that costume designer book. Here's another little deli sack with journaling card lined in lace with a lace tab as well. There is a collaged piece and another on this side. And the end of the signature, and another little pocket on the back cover. And that's the first book. There are about 12 sheets per signature and 2 signatures in the book with a 2-inch spine. And now I'm going to briefly show the other book. It's a little bit smaller, and it's basically follows the same pattern, but the theme on this one is ballerinas and violins, as you will see. It's also made with the same designer paper, Jen Bishop's Bird Waltz, the taffeta vintage slipcover, repurposed, and the beaded dangles in the center of both signatures. Again, vintage millinery flowers, and this image is a Degas oil entitled End of an Arabesque. And just like the other one, you open it up and you have a loaded pocket made with wallpaper samples and various little treasures to embellish and decorate your book with. This one has pockets lined with a bit of lace. The inside front cover here. And another heart. This one is left blank for the recipient to put her pictures and memories in. Here you'll see the ballerina theme, and this is decoupaged napkins, teacups and flowers, wildflowers, vintage ballerina images, more decoupaging. Here's another sheet of that costume paper. Here's the avocado dyed paper with vintage ballerina images. This is a playbill from a vintage ballet, and another four-way pocket, decoupaged, stamped, gessoed, coffee dyed, and tied with little satin bows. There are 4 tags in this pocket. Here's a tiny one with some little tiny images and sweet little Victorian flowers. Ballerina on vintage music paper. The beautiful Bird Waltz scrapbook paper. A lovely envelope, coffee dyed, gessoed, stamped, decoupaged, and embellished with trim and vintage lace. And inside it has a matching journaling card as well. There's a tab here with a paperclip dangle, little bits of fabric and vintage buttons, and a little satin rose trim. Here's a top corner tuck with a vintage, with a journaling card, collage, and it looks like I have to go in there and glue that down. So I'll leave it out. A bit of a corner's coming up. Here's a bottom corner tuck with a lovely collage cluster. There's collage on the card. Pearls, flowers, whoops. Here again is that fabric. Here is a page with 3 tiny little spots. A glassine envelope, with a journaling card, Another tiny envelope and a tiny belly band with a tiny little Art Deco image in it. So precious. And a tiny little library pocket, and inside the library pocket is a needle wrapper. Here we have that costume designer's book, period costumes. Another set of small clusters on French and German text paper with the ballerina images. A collage with ballerina images, layered clusters, stamps, etc. Here is a belly band, and tucked into the belly band are 3 journaling cards. And it's made up with lace and bits of Victorian flowers. And that's the end of the first signature. The second signature, you see the first of the violin images. Ballerina slippers, a tuck with a glassine envelope, and a small assortment of journaling cards, vintage images. This is another Degas with ballerina subject. And that's on text paper with textbook paper with stenciled floral images. More stenciling, a tuck spot or a little envelope, paper doily, vintage book page, ballerina on vintage music paper. It says first violins, following along with the violin theme. A tuck spot here, a banner tuck. A 3-way pocket, 3-pocket tag pocket. 1, 2, 3.
And then we got you some lunch. Swedish meatballs.
Okay, thank you.
Did you want your salad?
Yes.
Okay. Sure, we'll it. All right. See you later.
Violin and a cluster collage. Another Degas ballerina. Victorian paper, book paper. Another envelope, or actually sack with a journaling card, lined in the most petite lace. More stenciled text page, a vintage button card with buttons. avocado dyed paper, a vintage image, the end of the signature, and another little pocket on the back cover. And that is the second of my 2 custom orders.